Hello all, welcome new viewers and my lovely moonians. Today we are doing a pick a card reading to get our messages coming in from the mermaids. I'm recording this on Halloween. I wanted to do something spooky, but nonetheless the calling became a little more heightened, so these are the cards in front of you. See which one are you feeling drawn towards. We'll be reading their additional guidance coming in at the end of each reading. Alright. So with number 1, we have the Pearl of Shadow, number 35. Close up. Number 2 is the Shaktipat of Seahorse, number 31. And number 3 is the Iron Soft Ore, number 22. So now take your time and see which one are you feeling drawn towards, and we'll get into your reading ASAP. See you soon. Hello, number 1. For those who were drawn to this card over here, number 35 with Pearl of Shadow coming through. It almost feels like with the hands which are crossed, it's like a cross point one may be at, and kind of clearing, parting the clouds, parting to people, like in the sense of like, the crowd which someone is making their way by shifting people, like not pushing people but asking them to slide away. How do I say it? It's like someone who's walking through the crowd and stepping forward on stage. That also feels like it. You could be a dancer also, and one thing which is coming in is shake it off. So if you feel stressful, it is very important not only to navigate through it mentally but also physically to shake it off. Dance it off is something which is coming through. I also felt suddenly you going for a dance performance, so an invitation for that could also be coming through. That was something random, but yeah, I was getting that. You have a special connection with Ma Lakshmi is also coming through. Fabiochi, if I'm not saying it right, but the universal ratio, which is getting significant. So I also feel right now, all the cards have swords in it, but the way this is here, over here also, reminds me of Ammonite also. So a lot of healing which is coming through, which is boosting your confidence levels. And I also feel that this is a time wherein you have to now understand something which is undermining your self-esteem. You need to let that go is something which is coming through quite prominently over here. There's abundance which will be coming through. A little bit of creative thinking which will be beneficial for you. Self-reliance is also something which is brewing now. It also feels like something which has been stuck, like a vicious cycle which has been going on. I feel there's a breakthrough which is opening up for you, bringing in a lot of mental clarity and making like that you getting sure of the next step that you gotta take. There's no way, like, there's no other way but this one, and I'm ready to try something different and creative to approach things a little more differently now. That's also somewhere down the line coming through. This one in particular also gave me the energy of Kundalini rising, so uncoiling and shedding old skin, Phoenix rising energy, which is also coming through over here. Let's get a few chits and then we'll go into tarot and then get a few messages from the mermaids, like particular decks. I just have to. So That's what came in. Sorry, that's what came in with this channeling wise, intuitively. There's a need to focus on one thing. I feel you are also becoming aware of new things which will be taking a priority now. That's also coming through. Clear your vision, make a vision board if that inspires you coming through. And we have 333 coming in also on the camera. Wow, I always get a little too excited with these chits. End up taking too many, but it's all right. Just a second. All right. So we have cloud number 9. So feeling ecstatic, good news, plot twist which benefits you coming through, feeling that high in life, certain kind of achievement that could be coming in and making you feel very much elated. We have freedom coming through. Certain kind of ending also, a decision to start something different, to pursue something different, or even a reinstillment of your belief system, which is really firing you up to take a leap of faith, to take back control of your life and gain that freedom, even if it comes in from a closure, because you then have the freedom to start a new journey. Any chapter that you want, that is also coming through. All right, I love that. We have in and out coming in over here. We have in and outs at petrol pumps like 7-Elevens. We also have 24/7 now, but in and out also, something that you have been in and out, jumping in, something which has been hot and cold. You'll For some it's coming through, you'll realize that I understand why it was difficult for me to move out of a particular cycle, a relationship which kept on going on. But I do realize I want something more fulfilling. So I don't want to entertain this anymore, because you will be gaining freedom from this in and out mentality is coming through. You will be more charged and more in alignment as your body, mind, and soul comes into synergy, comes into synchronicity, into alignment, into union. And there's this all in mentality which is now getting carved into you. We have elder sister, bro coming through, elder being also over here who could be significantly influencing you in the next couple of weeks is coming through. Something like, maybe if you are the only child like me, hi, how are you? Do you also talk to yourself like I do? All right. Someone who cares about you will give you some insights. Take that into consideration while you are taking certain feedback and all of that. But then at the end of it, come up with a resolution which is in sync with your own belief system, not just influenced by what others have to say. That's coming through. We have self-fulfilling coming through. So something that you're doing, maybe even a new passionate hobby that you start off, which will be bringing in a lot of fulfillment. And it is also important to not feel guilty to prioritize yourself and do something which is more fulfilling. That's also somewhere down the line coming through. This is a period with the Mars retrograde started yesterday, will go on till Jan 12th, 2023. Even in that time, this is almost like certain small changes that you're doing, and positive changes, additional things that you're doing if you're feeling burnt out and all of that. Something perhaps with a elder person or a sibling of yours, something that is very fulfilling that you start off, and with that it starts detangling many other things also, and you start to look at things from a higher perspective and in alignment with where your life's trajectory you want to take it, like where you want to take it is certain things in alignment with that, and then choosing most fulfilling things for yourself. That's the thing which I wanted to say. We have Pahi coming through, so someone could be from Paris, and perhaps you are also thinking about traveling, so going to Paris will be very fulfilling. I've gone once. The first time that I went international, traveled internationally was to Paris on a student exchange, and it was a very lovely experience. We have introduction coming through, significant golden opportunities coming in, being invited by your friends, and then being introduced to certain significant people, perhaps business wise significant or even romantically. But there are new people that you should be open to meeting coming through. We have no coming through, NOU, I think. Oh no, sorry. This is November. November could be of significance. Sagittarius, Scorpio energy coming through, and of course, we tomorrow is November, so also I feel like if this is a timeless reading, not if you're seeing this beyond the time of November, the next coming month, the beginning of next month, whenever you're seeing this, the next month may be of significance. That's also coming through. We have Tree of Life coming in. So there is nourishment, soul nourishment also coming through, more thriving energy coming in, thinking about the long term. How are you creating your legacy? And also meeting, being introduced to people from your soul tribe is also somewhere down the line coming through. If health was of certain tension, I feel that there's your health is bettering, also steadily improving. We have I didn't realize coming in. So someone didn't really understand, realize what you meant that time, the depth of at which you were. I just heard, I didn't realize you were going through so much. Uh, so I reacted without the knowledge of that, what you were going through, undergoing. That came in. Also, one thing, if during this time you find yourself feeling a little like uncomfortable about certain things that I wish I had realized then, that what I know now, kind of a thing, it's important to take the lessons and thank that lesson for that situation to occur, for you to uh, gain a lifelong lesson, kind of a thing, which is coming in, and to forgive yourself for not knowing then what you know now. That's also somewhere down the line coming in. We're gonna go fast because there's so many. We have knowingness coming through. So even if the situations coming forth, like in the next 4 weeks, I feel your intuition is going to be very strong. It will get more even things, even if the situation is a little confusing, your intuition, which is not ego based, all right, your intuition will be sending you these messages, nudges of knowingness, so you should be following it, is coming through. um it's almost like one thing which I got was something which is repeating the sparkles. Okay, one thing which is repeating, something which has happened in the past, maybe repeating right now, and this is again in a way a test for you, or a reminder you felt in that moment in the past. The same way your intuition gave you these nudges in the past, which you may not have realized how significant they were. In this current situation, you are being asked to follow it because you're again feeling the same thing. So keep that in mind, all right? Layers are coming through. So it's important now to dive a little deeper and understand things from a deeper level. This also, like your own truth, the depth of a situation. Don't just not the face value, not taking things on face value, but diving a little deeper to understand things from a different perspective also. Also deepening the bond, kind of a thing, which is coming through. Give the time to discover each other is also coming in. We have July coming in, could be of relevance. Cancer and Gemini energy coming through. We have frustrated coming through over here with the Kundalini also, and something which is a part of Mars retrograde. This sexual frustration also comes in, or feeling frustrated with the pace of things which are going. So this is the time to moreover surrender your concerns, have more realistic expectations, and not feel defeated or irritated or frustrated when things take a little longer than usual to occur. So, a slowdown is only coming in as a blessing. So, it's time to see it as that and to recuperate in the meantime. That's coming through. And when we start getting frustrated by the lack in the present because we know where we are headed, where we want to go, and things aren't just lining up, coming in alignment to go there or to achieve it, or where I should have been by now, kind of a thing, you need to buckle down a little and like just come back a little and embrace life for what is it is at this moment. With that acceptance, you will be able to then comprehend what needs to be transformed in order to go there. You know, we have overthink coming through. So make sure that you're not overthinking and in that idleness, frustration, overthinking, all of this which is coming in, it also feels like um, there was a reason why I was talking about anxiety, shake it off. So I feel like with the overthinking and frustration coming through, make sure that you're channeling that excess amount of energy, idleness, or negativity into something productive. As simple as even exercising will be beneficial for you. We have engineer coming in, someone could be studying for it, could be one. Coming in. And with this one, it's time to have a make a blueprint for the future. We don't have to get limited by the structures that we create, but we should have an idea, outline of where we are going. That kind of a strategizing is coming in. We have 12-12 also coming through. You could be seeing 12-12 quite often. Things are working in your favor. Remain balanced and take balanced actions, steps forward. That's also coming through. And make sure that you are consciously. mm, One thing which came, I wanted to say something else, but one thing which came in is that focus on the relationships which actually add value to your life. That came in. We have very well coming through. Things will pan out very well with you. We have immature coming through. This could be a period of emotional transformation and maturity coming your way. One side note, which for shadow work, if you see certain shortcomings of others, just see whether or not you have worked on it on your own. Also, it's like a reflection of something that you may like to work upon, that kind of a thing which is coming in. And we have reflection also coming through. Wow, okay. Reflect on rethink the way you react to things, impulsively take actions, those things which are coming through. Introspection, we have captivated coming through. Something's gonna keep you captivated in the time to come is coming in. Someone is captivated by you. We have greener grass coming in, so greener pastures which are opening up for you. Someone is saying the grass wasn't greener. um Not all that glitters is gold. Let people earn your trust. Don't blindly trust them, is also something which is coming through. The grass always seems greener until you go onto that side. All right. And realize that perhaps what you had was better before. All right. Okay. That took a very long time, didn't it? Just a few things. We have the 10 of swords, 10 of stones coming in reverse. You need to try something non-traditional. Try something different from what your family has been doing. A certain kind of belief system which is your own, which may be different from what has been taught to you growing up by society, or what is expected by your community, or what your family practices or believes in. You're stepping out of that is something which is coming through. Work on reallocating your finances. Make sure that you're not splurging to compensate for something. Um, a little bit of budgeting will be nice. We have the psyche. psyche coming in, with the world coming through, certain projects which will be completing very soon, certain victories. The last 6 months that whatever you have been working upon, it may have been very slow progress, but the rewards will be coming through. There's certain kind of completion which needs to occur in order for a new cycle to begin, for more fulfillment. We have Gaia with the Empress coming in reverse. So with the Empress coming in reverse, this is talking about that confidence which needs to come through, to find the muster of the courage to do what is right for you, even if it means that you have to walk away from certain people, of groups of people or community. That's also coming in because you could be feeling quite underconfident in a certain way, and also a little overwhelmed. And make sure, if some like that, you are not overwhelming, your enthusiasm is not overwhelming another person. That's also coming through. There's a bit of lack mentality that you need to work through is coming in over here. You gotta believe in your capabilities and to set healthier boundaries. Stop allowing people to keep pushing your boundaries. Those are the people who need to be outside the boundary. That's coming in. We have the death card coming through, Scorpio major arcana coming in, interesting, with Gaia, Venus energy, which is coming through. Something in your love life which is not progressing the way you would like it to, and that's creating a bit of you doubting your own self-worth, and that needs to change. That's the lesson here. Even if someone is not choosing you, it is this lesson of you standing up for yourself, you choosing yourself instead of waiting for another person to choose you. All right. We have the death card coming in. In this one, this talks about the labyrinth which is there, and someone who is finally uncoiling themselves, finishing that bundle, finishing up the lesson, and putting it in that vase over here, that pot over here, vessel over here, and starting something different and stepping out of the confusion and mustering up the courage to end certain things, for to reclaim those, that freedom once again, to take back your power and to fly to newer, better avenues for yourself. That's what's coming through. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. That's also coming in, especially if that comfort zone is something which is no longer fulfilling for you. Anything else? Last. You have the 10 of mirrors also coming in. You could be seeing a lot of 10, 10. 10 of mirrors coming in reverse. There's this little fear of failure, failure of success, that energy which is holding you back, and you need to step out of it. Get out of your head and do what is required now. Let's see what the mermaids want to say to you. I just feel like there's something more fulfilling awaiting you, and now's the time right now to close certain things, tie up a few loose ends, and have certain conversations that make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel a little like hold yourself back because you feel that you'll offend the other person or something or the other. It's time to prioritize yourself and give no fucks to anyone else, because you need to focus on to yourself. You may be focusing too much on what others may think or feel, all of that, and at the cost of not hearing what you yourself need to become aware of and pay attention to and work through, like in the sense like you're not listening to your own voice. That kind of a thing is coming in. Till the time you have a healthy balance between all of that, it's cool. If you feel you're getting your own needs are not being met, then we need to speak up for yourself. That's what's coming through. From the mermaids, we have relaxation coming in. Take a chill pill, cheer up. Tomorrow's another day. Do something today which makes you happy, even if it's baking, drawing, dancing, doing nothing, perhaps gardening. Take some time off for yourself and relax a little. That's what's coming through. Recover from the burnouts. We have friendship also coming in. So yeah, friends being the community influence coming in quite a bit. I feel like the soul tribe energy which also came through. There are certain friendships which are becoming more significant. You're understanding their worth, and those people who understand you, even in your bad days, even when you become quite unpredictable. Doesn't have to be, but I'm just saying, because they understand you, they understand your capability, they want you to grow as well and not get jealous or envious and block you from striving for success or to go towards your happiness. That's also coming through. So I feel like one thing which comes in with these two is when you're going on a retreat, spiritual retreat, also like-minded people, you're finding those people. Like, you go on a trip for photography and there come in more people who are interested in photography, and like-minded people, you're meeting those, your soul tribe, people of your soul tribe, of your wavelength is also somewhere down the line coming through over here. Partnership, business partnership potential also opening up for you. Relax with your loved ones is also coming through. Spend some quality time. You have been working for a long time and trying to achieve your goals and all of that, and you do know that it'll take time. There's always be more that you'll want, like, it's time to integrate those lessons as a new one with promotion begins, that kind of a thing which is coming through. New challenges will come in also. You will achieve and you will have a lot of abundance as you grow, but it's also important to nurture your bonds and spend some time, quality time with your loved ones is also something which is coming through. Anything else that the mermaids would like to say to number one? Thank you. As an advice, we have perseverance coming in, stay the course coming through. Give it some time and don't pressurize yourself. The frustration is coming in because you are putting in too much pressure onto yourself, and you need to release that. Release yourself from that is coming through, because it's not really making you productive. It's making you procrastinate and double doubt yourself at every turn, and it's not required. We have rescue, help others in need, or ask for assistance when you need it. And I wanted to say the support energy which came through over here, your friends, your family, people, and spirits. Like in this 3D reality and other realms, they are there. They're just a call away or a thought away. That's what's coming through over here. And I also feel that you now know that you can give because you love helping other people, but there's a healthy limit to it. And you help others, extend your own resources to others also. So, till the time it doesn't pinch you, that's also something which is coming through over here. And we have flow, let your worries drift away coming in. Allow things to flow naturally. Try enjoying the flow, whatever the flow may be. Stop comparing your timeline to another person's timeline, because your own potential is limitless. Right now, what is being said is that whenever you start getting a little stressed out, a little fearful about the future and all of that, because things are going a little slow and all of that, slow progress is still success, adds to the long-term success is something which is coming through. So what I wanted to say is, whenever you start feeling anxious about the future and all of that, just go for a drink, spend some time with your friends who are like your stress busters. That's also somewhere down the line coming through, because a little bit of uh, company with people who value you, a little bit of emotional support will not weaken you, but only help deepen the bond as you showcase your vulnerability to the people that you can trust, who have earned your trust over time. That's what's coming through. Let's lastly look into what this one says. One thing which I wanted to say, you gotta, with the Empress also coming in, you gotta rescue yourself and not wait for other people, another person to rescue you. That came through. That's for some people. Whoever needed to hear it will hear it, will understand it. Sorry, everyone's hearing it. Let's get into this. There was another thing which I wanted to say. Also, if you feel your love life is not really where you want it to be, If you walked away from a situation which wasn't worthy of you, your energy, your attention anymore, it's okay. Spend some time, quality time with your friends. You have a very good support system in your the chosen family, the family that you have chosen in this lifetime. So nurture those bonds. And in the meantime, understand different aspects of yourself and stop feeling pressured to get married. For some people out there, we have with the pearl, I'm just going to read this part. Taking responsibility for your experiences empowers you. You're going to resolve an issue through spiritual inspiration and higher guidance. You will rise up in full connection to your spirit and access a wealth of divine treasure. Wow. That which has brought darkness into your world shall submit to the light and be transformed. Have courage and commitment to your awakening, for you are a precious being and can go far on the spiritual path this lifetime. How beautiful is that? This one is about inner work and self transformation. We take that which appears negative and utilize it to increase our goodness. Something that you may like to affirm with this one is I assume full responsibility of myself and my life path. I call upon the enlightened heart of the universe to assist me to manifest my divine potential through grace, mercy, and love for the greatest spiritual benefit of all beings, and sense the wisdom and power of your heart as you speak these words. And to know that as you walk on your own path, you are not alone. You are a light bearer. You bring a lot of inspiration, light into many people's lives, many people's dark moments you have walked in, and even a simple smile influenced them and made their life that day more peaceful. It's time to rise with dignity and know that you have the free will, which enables you to grow according to your own pace and purpose. It is your choice to answer your call. That's what's coming through over here. I hope you found this beneficial. And if you enjoyed this reading, please do hit the thumbs up, share it with the loved ones, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much for being part of the Mooning family. Until next time, Om Namah Shivaya. Keep that vibe. Hi, my lovely moons. Hello, beautiful souls. For those who were drawn to number 2 with this seahorse over here, it is number 31 with Shaktipat of seahorse. We'll be looking into its guidance, advice, spiritual message coming in at the end of the reading. But right now, there is a need for forward movement for you to start taking action, even if they are small. But we need to start putting our foot forward now, one step at a time energy, which is coming through over here. Yang energy also coming through. It is important to work with your divine masculine energy in synergy with your divine feminine energy, coming into balance, balancing the yin and yang within your own self and being more productive. Taking a leap of faith is also something which is coming through, but this is going to be a very action oriented time, but make sure that you are not taking impulsive or rash decisions. Take your time and then don't prolong too much, because the window are going to be more precise. There's a lot of efficiency also coming through, and solar plexus energy which is coming through also. If you feel your solar plexus chakra is blocked, if you're feeling burnt out, a little too anxious or easily irritated and all of that, understand that responding with anger is a choice. So, bringing more peace within ourselves and then getting that vision clear, or just that certainty which is coming in, and you are being asked to start taking actions one after the other, that's also coming through. New projects also coming in over here. Travel, if you can, for change of scenario and feeling refreshed, that's also coming through. Take some solo time, your own, taking some space in a relationship, also in a partnership, like long-term partnership, love, romantic partnership. Taking your own individual space and time is very important for that mystery, that missing element of missing each other to come in, that freshness to come in, to rekindle the connection that's coming through. I also feel your libido maybe quite on the rise with a lot of mojo. So use it wisely is coming in. Avoid having casual hookups is something which is coming through with this one, because this feels like when the seahorse comes in, it's always like the king of cups which comes to my mind. So it's almost like, while the one night stands and all fulfill you, but that fulfillment is very temporary. So let's open ourselves up to emotional intimacy also is something which is coming through, which will bring in that additional form of satisfaction for you mentally, emotionally, and also physically. That's coming in because this is some the night which is turning into emotionally transforming, becoming aware, excited of trying different things, going towards newer horizons, learning, discovering new things, going on a new journey of love also, or spiritually going on a new journey, becoming the apprentice and allowing life to be the teacher, with you being the student. All right, that came in uncoiling yourself from sediments of the past, any kind of resentment which may be meaningless. We need to you'll find it more easier to navigate through murky waters is coming in. That element of Mars retrograde energy which is coming through, which will be retrograding. It happens every 2 years or 2 years or so, so it's pretty rare. And it started on the 30th of October, will be going on till Jan 12, 2023. So it's going to be a little erratic. Certain progresses, processions, which will be very, could be quite erratic, and it may, don't just make sure that even if there are certain kind of plot twists, something which is unpredictable, which occurred, something that you didn't anticipate, if it comes in, instead of panicking and then doing something or taking actions from that mode of panic, anxiety, influxed, feeling influxed, agitated, don't do that. First, make sure that you are calming yourself down and then responding after you have judged the scenario calmly is coming through. We'll take a few more chits. It has a lot of air element also in it with the hair like that. For some, I feel if you were a runner in the sense actual runner, not like emotionally runner and not that jazz, uh, it's that energy which is coming through. And I'm also seeing someone driving, someone who loves driving or running a lot, feeling that freedom, that runner's high, which I can feel over here with the horse also galloping. We have dream walk coming through. Astral projection could be occurring, is something which is coming through. Lucid dreaming, which you can work upon, is also something which is coming through. We have feminist coming in, so equality which is coming through. You could be a feminist also. We have self-worth coming in. It's really nice, this one over here. Very fearless spirit over here coming through. You could be quite fearless. You could be an activist also, for some is coming through. But I feel with these three over here, it's being a little flamboyant, but dignifyingly, with gracefully being fiery, feisty, and flamboyant, and speaking up for yourself, for what you feel is right, for your needs to be met. But speaking up for it is something which is coming through, and you're going to find it more easy now, easier, more. This belief system which is getting instilled, reinstilled, having more faith in your own belief system and taking actions from there, and not uh, taking actions which are based in fear. That's also somewhere down the line coming through. We have opposing wishes coming in. So it could be you got to start finding the common ground and see whether or not you, another person, anyone are on the same page. Make sure that you're not taking it for granted or just presuming that you both are. Make sure that you have that conversation and come up with a healthy compromise or the middle ground. We have dandy coming in. Nice and dandy, fine and dandy. We have fired coming through, fired up. Also feeling that. We have BFFs coming in, best friends for life. We have vision board coming in, so interesting. Making a vision board will be beneficial for you. We have kick off. There are certain things which are taking off now, and also kick off instead of starting. I feel also there are certain things which are obsolete now in your life, different things for different people which need to be knocked off in order for a new start to kick off, a project to kick off. There's a new approach, a new idea which will take you a little more ahead from the competition, because I feel the competition being a little stiff. And I feel like right now, for a few people, if you have been a little lazy in your deliverance, we need to amp it up a little. That's also coming through. We have yearly coming through. We have recipe coming in. We have apprentice also coming through, the knight's energy. I was actually the apprentice, which I said, like being the student of life kind of a thing, which was page of pentacles energy, which I was tapping into. So someone could be going into articleship also. Certain kind of higher studies will be beneficial for you, is also somewhere down the line coming through. A new job by the end of this year or starting of the year may require for you to step out of your comfort zone and try something different, which will involve a lot of learning. So keep an open mind and don't allow your ego to come in the way or pride to come in the way, and ask questions rather than fearing that you will sound foolish for asking such a question. It's better to be to ask for clarification, um, and not stop yourself from gaining more knowledge, is something which is coming through over here. What is life teaching you right now? What are your non-negotiable boundaries, is something which is coming in. We have Togo coming through. We have honor coming in. Practice virtue. Cherish your people coming through. BFFs also coming in. We have slow and steady wins the race energy, which is coming through over here. Pick a pace, your own pace, which you're comfortable with, and keep making progress. Keep taking action at your own pace. That's also somewhere down the line coming through. We don't have to rush things. pressure other people to get our way. Make sure that you're not indulging in pushiness or pushing your idea onto another person which they aren't ready to comprehend, agree with wholeheartedly. Meeting the middle ground energy which is coming through. This is more like while in your personal life you are taking certain charges, you're becoming aware of your own truths also and implying those things, bettering your life in a personal level on a work in the work field. I feel becoming the team player is more important, where each person's ideas, a voice are heard, and then coming up with a resolution, an idea, a plan of action together where everyone is on board. I feel if you have BFFs, like three, four, or five best friends, or very tight group of friends, it could be that there's certain things, there's certain kind of conflicts tiffs which are going on. You may try to help them find the middle ground, but if they are not ready to resolve the situation just yet, don't push them. Give them the time and respect to kick it, kick it off on their own. You could be going into, someone could be a chef also. It's a it's a grind till you become the head chef, but this is where you truly become equipped. All right, that's what's coming in. Be open to learning. That's also something which is coming through with this one, and the chits which were there. Let's go into a little bit of tarot, then we'll get into the mermaid messages. I have two decks for that, oracle decks, and then we'll read this card's message. All right. We have the divine child, Hierophant, coming into reverse. Unorthodox approaches or orthodox mindsets which need to be opened up. And it's interesting, we have the feminist also coming in. Standing up in the face of inequality. Taurus Major Arcana, we have the Ace of Mirrors coming in reverse. A passionate project which may take off a little erratically is something which is coming in. This is also a cue for you to indulge in some self love and enhance that principle of self worth coming through. Just like happiness, love too starts from within and it starts creating a ripple around you. This is the time to be a little more flexible and open, a little more open minded. Because in terms of love, I feel like keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type, is what was said. Like that's the card that I saw. And we have the Eight of Spirals coming in, Eight of Wands also coming through over here. There's this energy of feeling stuck, a little confused, as though all the pieces aren't really there. You have like 95% of the pieces, but there's certain key informations, pieces which are still missing. And it's gonna fall into place is also something which is coming through over here. Wait for it is something which is coming in. Have some patience. Having eagerness is good, but sometimes it goes overboard and we start becoming a little pushy, a little impatient, and a little stubborn about having it our way. And that's what's coming in. Keep an open mind. We have the Five of Mirrors coming in reverse. So ships coming in, finally, there is certain kind of recognition, certain kind of progress, something that you have been working on, a project that you have been really trying to pitch for or wanting to get. You will be getting it. It will require something a little more different, a little more effort, something which is you still gotta realize, and it's gonna be a little different from what you have been trying. That's also coming in a different approach of sorts. We have the page of wands coming in reverse, the acrobat coming in reverse. This is saying that you gotta listen to your intuition, because even spirit is guiding you. But there's a little bit of closed mindedness, being a little oblivious to certain things which is not really helping you. Let's get a concrete plan under works and work towards that on a day-to-day basis. And it's interesting, the page of wands, page of oh, the page, I was thinking of the spirals. Page of stones has come in. It's so interesting because page of stones is I was reading it as the page of wands. The page of stones is the page of pentacles, and the apprentice which came in the chits over here was also there. So it's interesting that that recognition came through. Life's teaching you something which requires you to get out of a comfort zone, or like pushing you out of your comfort zone, or is asking you to learn something different, try something new, like leave the old tried and tested ways for now and try something different. There's a need of infusing fresh blood, a fresh perspective. In order to nail this, in order to ace it, is something which is coming through over here. On cutting, we have the Eight of Stones coming in. I also feel for some, because we had fired also. So if there's certain kind of project which you were really hoping for, which didn't land in your favor, or if you lost your job, stop dwelling on it or thinking or like stressing about it, because something much better is entering your life. This is also asking you to let go of certain things which are not working for you, even if it is certain kind of thinking patterns, belief systems which are now obsolete. You need to let that go and be more intelligent into how you what you are doing, like what you're putting hard work into. Let's play a little smarter about, be a little smarter about it, is also something which is coming through over here. There's one thing which is coming in, like, really trying to push things to go as quickly forward as quickly as possible, and there's a need and a lot of, it's like a caution which is coming through, but again and again someone is reiterating, slow down, or enjoy the slow down for now. One thing, even if things aren't really clear, even if you don't have the 100% knowledge that you really want, with whatever information and resources that you have, I'll say information that you have, is it progressive for you? Is continuing on that same path, continuing on that project, on that approach, is it working for you or not working for you? Something that you need to think of. We have feelings coming in. Feelings in reverse, again, that emotional intimacy, stop fearing it. It is very rewarding. At the end of it, to feel, to open yourself up to something deeper rather than running away from it. Understand your own feelings is also somewhere down the line coming through. Stop pushing them down. And also, it's important now to become honest about your own feelings to yourself first. And then once you start comprehending it, rather than suppressing it, ignoring it, then you will be able to express the same feelings to other people also, to your loved ones also. But you got to share. your feelings too, starting with your own self. And we have decisions coming in. Interesting. A nice blend of subjectivity and objectivity, practicality, using common sense, and also pursuing your desires, making sure that your desires are being met. I also feel with the decision, because I wanted to say it over here with the Eight of Wands. Even if you don't have all the information, I feel for certain decisions, your intuition will be giving you additional information. So take that into consideration as you make life changing decisions, and don't be hasty. Take your time. Even if someone else is pressuring you to make a decision ASAP, check the terms and conditions. What you are promising yourself into is also something which is coming through. This is your life, and you have the right to take as much time as you want to make that decision rather than getting coerced to making one. That's what's coming through, because there's no space for having regrets. The regret in the sense of regretting that you didn't take the time to make that decision, that kind of a thing, because you were still feeling a little awry about it, a little uncertain about it, and your intuition was nudging you to take a little more time, but you rushed into it, that kind of a thing. And now that you feel stuck, kind of a thing, which is coming through. So, in order to avoid that, that's what's coming through. Also, it's good that practicality is such a strong base for you. Logical thinking is prim and proper, but sometimes you gotta take feelings and your feelings into consideration also, and not just be driven by the materialistic concerns. That's also somewhere down the line coming through. You may be confused as to what to do, because you are scared of taking the next step when it comes to your feelings, when it comes to a particular romantic connection in your life. That's also something which is being said over here. Like intuitively, that's what's being said. Your needs, desires, and feelings are valid. And if you feel they are not being met, then let's have the conversation required for it. It could also be over here, if you feel that someone could be, you are very much in sync with your feelings and all of that, it could be another person around, someone around you might be finding it hard to share their feelings. If that is the case, then encourage them to open up over a coffee, over tea. Um, Start with encourage them to open up about how they feel, or go out for a walk together, perhaps by the beach, so that their feelings can flow. But don't attempt to stifle or hide your feelings, even if those feelings are uncomfortable. And if someone has hurt you, you gotta let them know. You can do it in a gentle, kind, and compassionate way also, and that will showcase your own maturity or emotional transformation. All right? It is time to make an important decision, and you can't postpone it anymore. Consider your choices carefully and then start taking actions. You might be pleasantly surprised by the outcome. That's also coming through. And again, with this thing, because I feel you have a very beautiful heart which extends to other people, which is why in your own reading, BFFs and take care of your, what was that? Cherish your loved ones, loved people, cherished your people also came through, which you do. And it could be like someone is having a hard time making a decision and could require your wisdom in order for assisting them to take that decision, is something which is coming through. Let's see what else advice is coming through from the mermaids. What would you like to say to group 2? Interesting. We have generosity coming through. What good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? Be a little generous. It creates more of what you're giving. But make sure that it's on a healthy level. What else? Be a little generous with your time is also coming through. We have voyage coming through. Set sail on a new course coming through. Interesting. A new journey is about to begin for you. Life is asking you to come on board. That energy of Page of Wands energy which is coming through over here. We have opportunity coming in with you will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas coming in. Interesting. We have ambition. Set your sights beyond the horizon. Aim higher. Dare to dream bigger. And do the work which is required. We have stillness. In calm waters, everything becomes clear. Take a moment. Life is going to get very hustling and bustling, but it's important from time to time. So much action which is going on, doing goodwill for the society, charitable social worker energy which is coming through, new opportunities coming in, traveling also coming through, and ambition which is rising now, solar plexus chakra which is getting unblocked or getting rebalanced. And to get it rebalanced, do a little bit of meditation, be a little mindful, like practice a little bit of mindfulness, like appreciating the moment, the present moment, not getting fearful or held back by the future, or getting anxious, not getting held back by the past or getting anxious about the future, but calming our nerves and working on different aspects of your life. Like what I felt was someone being in a garden. Now a garden has many different elements, and each element creates that garden. So the gardener cannot just be focusing on certain plants, certain aspects in the garden. He she or they have to focus on each and every part of what makes the garden, is something which is coming through over here. And take some time off, gather your thoughts, and keep checking, reflecting on whether or not what you are approaching, however you are approaching things, whatever you're prioritizing from time to time, like every 4 months, 3 months, check in with yourself. That's also somewhere down the line coming through. All right. Lastly, let's read what the Shaktipat of Seahorse says. Shakti means power. Shaktipat could be, I can't remember right now, a place of power. Okay. This says, as you embrace your inner and as you embrace your inner essence, you will be at peace with who you are, including your vulnerability, and no longer see the need to conform to social ideals which have no true resonance for your heart. Okay. You are encouraged to trust your intuitive recognition of which environments and relationships harmonize well with you, supporting your spiritual growth and well being on all levels. You have the innate capacity to manifest, relax, and you shall attract all you need. Surrender your concerns for now. That's what's also coming through. Even if you don't have Even if life seems like a riddle and you don't have the answer, instead of pushing to find the answer, just be still for now. The answer will reveal itself. That's the cue coming through. The restlessness that you need to master is something which is coming through. As you honor who you are, you will naturally find friends and attract supportive assistance to obtain all that you need to thrive. It's time to gravitate away from falsehoodness and move towards being authentic, to unravel your true self, your authentic being. It's time to avoid negative influences and find places where you can actually thrive, and to avoid pointless arguments also. That's also coming in. So pick your battles. That's also coming through. You don't have to fight each battle. Be wiser in your choice. And also try connecting in a calmer way with others. Shaktipat is the transmission of grace. It is an enlightening gift of energy that enables mastery. Shaktipat of Seahorse empowers us to instinctively seek environments that are conducive to our well being rather than damaging ourselves by trying to adapt to external situations or social values. It teaches that we are enough and we have the innate spiritual magnetism to attract what we need in our lives. Mhm. And with the seahorse also coming through, um, any relationship is a two-way street and should have equal give and take in it too. So that kind of a balance, equilibrium needs to be restored, is something which is coming through. All right. So if this benefited you, if this resonated, please do hit the like, share it with the loved ones, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so very much for being part of the Moonin family. Until next time, Om Namah Shivaya. Keep that vibe high, my lovely minions. Hello, number three. For those who are drawn to this card with number 22, N, N, soft or coming in. We'll be looking into its guidance at the end of the reading, but what I get over here are a lot of cosmic downloads. You are elevating, and there's a lotus in the heart space also. So unconditional love which is opening up for you, you progressing, steadily progressing in your spiritual journey, on your spiritual journey, recommitting to your spiritual growth, that also comes in. And there's this element of fortitude which is getting embedded, strengthening your ambitions, strengthening your determination in order to keep growing. And it will be easier for you to navigate through the challenges more easily now, with this inner fortitude, inner strength being reinstilled in you. And there's this softness which is also coming through, open to receiving now, receiving love, receiving gifts, receiving the fruits of your hard work, being open to newer experiences, realizing what you can control, what you can't control, and being at peace with that realization. Also, there was one thing which was coming in. All your energy points, the chakras coming into alignment, higher consciousness that you are tapping into. Psychic development is what you are undergoing at this moment. Do some pranayam or breath work. Become aware of how you start breathing, how your breathing gets affected by what you're feeling. So they are quite interlinked. So if you find yourself feeling a little anxious or nervousness and your palpitations have grown, a little longer, a little faster, or you are breathing faster, slow down, consciously slow down your breathing and relax. It also gives this energy of being in awe as how synchronicities, the universe works, its magic, that also comes in, and kind of working with it. Alchemy, inner alchemist, which is thriving now, that also is coming in over here. And becoming fearless, the spirit of courage which is getting fired up in you, that's also somewhere down the line coming through. There will be certain wish fulfillments, unexpected ones, which will be coming in, and you will be happily surprised. Let's look into a few chits before we go into the reading. We have addiction coming through. So, becoming aware of what we are codependent upon and releasing those shackles which have been, those cords, cutting those cords which have been tying us back, holding us back, that's also coming through. To each their own, but anything which is out of balance, anything that we overdo, at the end of it, deprives us from experiencing other things, for other things to also grow, that kind of a thing which is coming through over here. We have villa coming in, a lot of richness which is coming in, perhaps booking a villa, Airbnb villa for yourself and a few pals of yours to chill out with will be a nice idea. Certain kind of unexpected inheritance, financial windfalls which will be coming in. We have nice contrast. We have thrift store also coming through. So you can find gems in unexpected places. So keep an open mind, explore different places, people, stores also. You never know. You may find that right thing that you have been looking for in other storerooms, in a thrift store, that also came through, or something you see in a thrift store which reminds you of a period in your childhood. Now you can depending on how accurate that itinerary may be, not just a thrift store, an antique shop is also coming into my mind. But what I saw was a, a female who's crossing a window, a shop's window, with many different things there, and like the focus goes onto the things there, and then when it comes back, zooms back to that female has become a child, seeing those things. So I don't know what is that supposed to mean. We have river coming in, and learn from the river that the stones which are there, it always navigates around it and makes its way to keep flowing, to meet that sea, that ocean. We have nosy coming in. You may have nosy people who are being nosy and um, making business of what is not their business, kind of a thing. Like, I don't know how to say it. We have revisiting certain things, certain plans that are going on, need a bit of revisiting, and a little bit of change in approach will be nice for you, is also coming through. uh your hometown, revisiting your hometown, something about the inner child which is coming in, I don't know. It's almost like revisiting your old memories, that kind of a thing. Desires, make sure that you are making your desires known, and that you are worthy of achieving all the good things and you truly deserve it. That is something which is coming through. Make sure that your desires are being met and speak about them also. We have Mozambique coming in. We have offended coming through. I feel like something in the sense of make sure that your bluntness is not offending another person. At the end of it, your intention is to convey a message which the other person can comprehend. So a bit of gentleness will be nice. Also, one thing, don't take each and everything, or even especially other people's actions or lack thereof too personally. That's also coming through. We have Bootylicious coming in. We have concerned coming through. I feel like someone, maybe a family member, maybe acting a little nosy at this moment, getting into your business when there's no need of it. But the thing is, they're just concerned for your well-being. That's about it. That's coming through. It may be getting into your onto your nerves, but they're just concerned. Comes from a place of love and concern. That's coming through. All right. We have hidden feelings which will be unraveled, whether someone else's or your own. We have to code it coming through. Um, there's a need of simplifying the lines of communication and not hitting around the bushes, not even going like being too blunt, but finding a middle ground and saying things which doesn't leave the other person confused, like too much hinting which may be going on. And if you feel someone else is doing this, giving you hidden messages, like reading between the lines and all of that, there comes a point where you reach a point of saturation, and you just, all you need is an honest conversation. And that's what this is saying. We have content coming through. Do things that actually make you happy, that increase your level of contentment. It could be like, your work is overly demanding and it's leaving no space for you to do anything else but your work. So, can we bring that into balance in a certain way? Is something which is coming through. We have similar coming in. We have a zoo coming through. We have offbeat coming in and quantity coming through. This reminds me quality over quantity. Be aware of your intake, quantity intake of sugar that came in. And if you're producing for masses kind of a thing, do the sample checks is coming in. You got to do it very soon. Is something which is coming through. In a way, what this feels like, the zoo makes me feel a little caged at this moment. So stop limiting yourself, stop caging yourself is something which is coming through over here. It's almost like fearing that you may offend someone, or taking on too much responsibility which you see as a obligation, which has now become a little restrictive. But you have to understand, this is a prison of your own making is something which is coming through. All right, let's look into a little bit of tarot. Then we'll go into the two decks that I have of mermaids, and then we'll finally read what this card, the one which you selected, has to say to you. All right, for number 3, what's coming in terms of tarot spirit? We have the Lovers, Gemini Major Arcana coming in. And this is talking about indecision, two choices, who to choose, or perhaps someone who has two choices, two options, and doesn't know who to choose. And at the end of it, no choice is being made, and the other person is feeling a little dismissive, a little rejected, a little bit ignored. Number 6. These are way too many. They aren't, but I don't really feel too connected with it. A lot of confusion which is coming in. Instead of getting stimulated by texts and all of that, meet in person is also something which is coming through. We have the Judgment card, Phoenix, coming in reverse. And we have the Eight of Stones coming in, Eight of Pentacles coming in reverse, which is telling me that revisiting needs revisiting. You gotta take things into consideration at this moment. We made a decision in the past which needs a little bit of revisiting and a little bit of fine tuning, seeing things for how they are, and then making a judgment, not being able to trust your own judgment is coming in. Something that you were passionate about, maybe work, maybe a relationship, romantic relationship, which lacks luster now, which has become lackluster kind of a thing, which is coming in. And now there's a point which is coming in asking you to consider everything, and the consequences of leaving a situation, changing the trajectory, changing the direction, or continuing on the same thing. The consequences of both the sides, pros and cons of all the things, weigh in those things and then come up with a resolution. That's what's coming through. I just feel like there's something which is not really working anymore, and we have been pushing ourselves to keep continuing, adjusting to someone else, and kind of not really prioritizing our own dreams or what we really want, underselling ourselves at the end of it, taking the short hand, that kind of a thing which is coming through. And while your higher self, while you know you need to go forward, but you're just waiting a little longer, another month, another month, another month. And the more we are waiting, trying to push to make things work, the more it is depleting you, your energy, your resources, and opportunities also to find more fulfillment. That's what's coming in. If you feel what you're pursuing is worth it, then keep doing it. But just don't keep doing it because you have grown attached to it or the situation or the person, but also because it is actually benefiting you. That's also something which is coming through. We have the Six of Spirals coming in. There's victory which will be coming in. There's steady progress which will be coming through. Recognition also coming in. But will that recognition, that change or turn in the page, is that rewarding for you? Do you feel fulfilled or not? Is that judgment, that the judgment call that you need to make? Because if you don't take the initiative of changing certain things which are like almost like from the corner of the eye, it's kind of it's like a little disturbing kind of a thing which is coming in, like it's so distractive, because somewhere down the line that it's not really working. But okay, let's just give it a little more time kind of a thing. It's somewhere unsettling. I don't know how to put it in words. I would be able to explain it in Hindi properly, but nonetheless, um, it's almost like you're coming to a point where you're realizing it's something that needs to be done and cannot be evaded anymore. Even a cathartic conversation to find the closure in order to go forward in life, which is important, or just forgiving yourself, that finding that closure, sense of closure in order to move forward, because there's forward movement which is required. If you postpone taking a judgment call on your own accord, the universe will be stepping in and situation will be turning around to get you to that phase, to that fresh start that you may be avoiding. But at the end of it, it'll work out in your favor. Even if it doesn't seem that way, it'll only get better. We have the Page of Mirrors, the healer, coming in reverse before healing anyone else, and you can help assist someone who has the free will to be healed, but you can't do the healing for them. That's also something which is coming through over here. And the Page of Mirrors coming in reverse is someone who was in a sappy energy, a little bit of damsel in distress, a little bit of becoming aware of what you're complaining about, something like that. pity party energy which is coming in, and you're stepping out of it. You're changing the narrative. That's also coming through. And we have the Two of Mirrors coming in. You want something more reciprocal, equal give and take, more fulfilling. And you absolutely deserve it, because you deserve to be with someone romantically too, or build a life with someone who actually values you in the true sense. And perhaps it could be accomplished with this person, but I don't feel it so honestly. You may be settling for someone who's not ready to deliver as much as they're promising. And you're just holding on to this person for experiencing something better with this same person. It may or may not actually occur, so just make sure that you're not wasting your time or sitting while this person is doing the healing and all of that. That's also coming through. It also feels like someone who wants to keep things on surface level and not dive deeper into their feelings or advance things forward, because they are quite content with how things are, and perhaps that's where it stops. So if that is what you want, then continue, have fun, don't worry about it, and let things unravel naturally. If you want something more of depth, more fulfilling, something more long term, something more tangent, more grounded, then it's time, you know what to do then. All right, one advice coming from the mermaids. We have mystery coming through. Also, try not to overshare. Create an element of mystery around you is something which is coming through. You don't have to lie, but you don't have to say everything. It's coming in. Find new challenges before they find you. It's coming in. Maybe what draws you, okay, maybe what draws you towards this person, keeps you hooked, is that this person remains a little aloof, a little mysterious, and all of that, and that drives you towards them. But maybe they're doing it because they feel like, the moment you get to know all that they are, you won't be that enticed by them. It stems from many different things, but at the end of it, it is from emotional immaturity, the hot and cold, and all of that, trying to be a Casanova and all of that. You could be a mystery for this person also, and other people also see you as a mystery. There's more beneath the surface than what you showcase, and that intrigues people. And I don't feel like it's like you mean to do it, but it just naturally occurs that people get a little enticed by you. Scorpion energy also coming in there, but we have acceptance coming in. You gotta accept things for how they are. You gotta accept yourself. Stop seeking validation from other people. You need to validate yourself, and stop accepting things which at the end of it, internally, aren't in sync with who you are, which you were in normal, like, which ethically is not biding well with you. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to. Release the resistance, accept what is going on, and it'll help you feel liberated. One thing that I want to read, something, I don't know why, but anyways, Our ego can become very demonstrative when things don't work out the way we'd planned. Yet, once we release any desire for possible outcomes and surrender fully to the divine plan, things have a habit of working out even better than we might have imagined. When we are in a state of acceptance, it means positive solutions can more easily flow towards us. We literally drop any barriers to solutions and energetically welcome new and creative answers to our dilemmas. Because through acceptance comes peace, and through peace comes breakthroughs, and that epiphanies, breakthroughs are coming your way, making you also realize why you were drawing in certain circumstances again and again. Maybe it was something which was stemmed from your childhood, where you were taught to accept certain things which weren't actually true for you or acceptable for you. And now is the time of understanding who you really are, finding your voice, and not succumbing to pressure anymore or what is expected of you. So much so that it overshadows your own authentic self while trying to fit into other people's molds for you. That came in. And with the thing, mystery, it's actually there. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm staying in the lines, like staying, um, if I didn't miss anything. But, anyways, um, enjoy the journey of discovery without revealing everything too fast or too soon. And enjoy this wonderful journey and let it unfold. And share only when it feels right in a natural way, rather than pushing towards a goal that is on your mind, kind of a thing which is coming through. We have wild. Believe in your otherworldly beauty, dance with the waves, and drink in the sunshine. We have travel. Seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. I just feel like there's certain wildness of yours which has been suppressed and it's eagerly wanting to come out now. And what we got to do now is instead of internalizing, we are speaking up for ourselves. So, initially, when we start learning how to speak up, not suppressing what you're feeling, especially negative emotions, especially when we're feeling concerned and all of that, instead of internalizing it and it turning into resentment eventually, we're speaking about it more proactively. Initially, when we start doing this, we can be a little aggressive, but I feel now you will be finding that middle point of merging the extremes and responding, even speaking up more calmly, sternly but calmly, leaving a few people unnerved. Okay, one more. Thank you. We have choose wisely coming through. Be discerning. You don't have to keep everything in your net. So choose wisely what you want to keep, entertain in your life going forward. Let's look into what this card says. And as I was flipping, the first page that I opened was this card in itself. So, yay. This says, a way through the struggle has already been created for you, and you are being led onto that path. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim, notable success, and admiration, with the Six of Wands also coming in. It was here? Yeah. Six of Wands also coming in. It's the same thing. Accolades also coming through for you. Um, be grateful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on such Focus on what connects you to your heart and grounds you in the simplicity of spiritual truth, which is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your soul. The thing my eye went on to this, um, acknowledgement is the beginning of healing. If something isn't quite right, be kind and wise enough to admit it. Then seek out the genuine light which will evoke peace in your heart. Have the courage and trust to let go of approaches that will not lead you anywhere worth going. As you open yourself to what is, even the unexpectedly difficult twists of fate, you will become even closer to the radiant grace and luminous clarity, which is reassuring you, healing you, guiding you, and loving you. Hmm. There's certain healing and deeper need of creating, finding new sources of creating deeper fulfillment, which will be very beneficial for you, and it is quite essential to do so now. Coming in, even if you are struggling at this moment, I feel like you will this path is going to take you on to a very beautiful phase where you will be profoundly grateful for the struggle which caused you to grow. If even if you never wish to repeat that experience again, but it helped you grow. Cleanse your auric field is also coming in. There's a particular situation which is draining you, and it's time to take its power away by pulling your attention away from it, and pouring that energy of yours onto something which is more productive and more rewarding, and of course, more fulfilling. Safe travels is also coming through. Oh, yeah. So I hope this was beneficial for you. If you enjoyed this reading, found it insightful, knowledgeable, then please do hit the thumbs up, share it with the loved ones, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so very much for being part of the Moonian family. Until next time, Om Namah Shivaya. Keep that vibe high, my lovely moon.